A car attack in Israel.
A Palestinian rammed his car into a crowded bus stop here in Jerusalem, creating a scene. Police shot and killed the assailant, who was identified as an Arab resident of East Jerusalem. It's the latest in a spiral of violence in Israel's capital, including a deadly shooting attack at a synagogue 2 weeks ago. Robert Berger, CBS News, Jerusalem.
Rescuers are still digging through the rubble and pulling people out alive 4 days after the deadly earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Bob George and his sniffer dog Shadow are with USAID.
There could still be survivors here. We hope so, and that's why we're going to keep trying.
Over 20,000 are dead, that number expected to rise. The search for debris from the continues off the coast of South Carolina. CBS's Nancy Cordes with the latest.
Some of the balloon's scaffolding and equipment has now been recovered, but heavy seas are hampering the recovery of the rest. And so now the Navy is taking steps to weigh that debris down to keep it from drifting away until they can scoop it up.
The Department of Justice has subpoenaed former Vice President Pence as part of its January 6 investigations into former President Trump. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
He can go back and say to Trump and others, look, I was compelled by a court order, by a subpoena to provide this information. It's not personal.
New Orleans' annual Mardi Gras celebration are back in full force tonight along the original routes after 3 years.
It's kind of a signal to the whole world that we're back. New Orleans is back, Mardi Gras is back, and we're going to be fully functioning this year.
Mardi Gras on February 21st. If those beignets and hurricanes don't mess with your tummy, the stomach flu may. It's running rampant. The CDC says there are widespread outbreaks all across the country. The worst hit area right now, the Midwest, which had the highest average test positivity rate in the past week. And your NFL MVP is
Patrick Mahomes.
It is his second time winning. He thanked his teammates.
I would never be standing here today without y'all. Every day, giving everything that we have together to go for the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
A bunch of other major awards were handed out as well, but it was Bills safety, Damar Hamlin, who stole the show with a surprise speech in front of a crowd on its feet. He was very thankful for all the support everyone has showed him since he collapsed on the field and went into cardiac arrest last month. He said the journey will continue. This is CBS News.
Welcome to retirement. Now, replace your financial coach, Kevin Ray. This is what retirement planning is all about.
Paychecks and how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good framework, and it starts with income.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time, as in spaghetti sandwich. My fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. So much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
Live
From the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 34 degrees at 9:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Perchuk. A Genesee County man accused of sexual assault has been found competent to stand trial. Eugene Pratt, a former teacher, administrator, and coach across several school districts in the county, is accused of first-degree criminal sexual conduct from an incident which occurred in 2013 at Beecher Community Schools in Flint. A psychiatric evaluation and was found competent yesterday. Police say they believe there are more victims of Pratt's who have yet to come forward. Pratt's next court date is on March 7th. A Bay City nonprofit organization is dedicated to helping people and families in need and now needs a little help themselves. On Sunday evening, a water pipe burst at the Great Lakes Dream Center, which ended up destroying a lot of the donations the center hands out to the community, like coats, blankets, toilet paper, and more. The center is asking for new donations to continue helping others. Officials with the organization say they also accept volunteer help. Anyone interested in donating to the at 700 Lafayette Avenue, or go online to greatlakesdreamcenter.org. Employees with the Michigan State Police Flint Post were recognized for a program which helps young people learn how to swim. During a ceremony in Lansing on Wednesday, the Flint Post received the 2022 Community Policing Outstanding Achievement Award, which recognizes initiatives developed to promote teamwork and solve a community issue. Knowing that drowning is the second leading cause of death in children between ages of 1 and 4, lifeguard certified members of the Post partnered with local entities like the YMCA to provide free swimming lessons to youth in the community. The group included 120 Flint children, and there are already 70 kids on a wait list for the next season. WSGW News Time 9:07.
There's going to be one day this winter. The temperature will 45-mile-an-hour wind with blinding snow is making it seem like 50 below. Is your garage door going to be ready for that day? Call M&R Garage Door now. M&R can service your existing garage door and opener, both residential and industrial. Or M&R can install a Clopay insulated garage door to keep your home warm. Make sure your garage door is ready for that day and every other day this winter. Call M&R Garage Door, 894-0971. We're
at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, an evening with James Taylor.
Oh, I've seen fire, I've seen rain.
Friday night, June 23rd, out of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series. Tickets start at $36, on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and etix.com.
Oh, Mexico, you got a friend.
James Taylor, Under the Stars, June 23rd at Soaring Eagle Casino.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The weather forecast is next. Now, with a plan to expand Michigan's Camp Grayling, Republican State Representative Ken Borton of Gaylord is joining with a number of other northern Michigan lawmakers in opposition to the plan, which would nearly double the size of the military training facility. Borton says the proposed expansion would threaten the air, water, wildlife, and other natural resources of the state. Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Michigan National Guard, to use 250 square miles of state-owned land. The DNR has been holding hearings over the past year to gather public input on the plan. That public comment period officially wrapped up Wednesday evening. Online retailers say they know consumers are being more selective in what they buy, so they're trying to hold the line on prices. Here's Michigan News Network's business editor, Murray Feldman.
Online price increases have been slowing in recent months, and some of the biggest price drops are coming in computers, appliances, and electronics. The company Adobe tracks online shopping. They actually examined 1 trillion visits to retail sites during January. The biggest price drops came in flowers and related gifts, perhaps just in time for Valentine's Day.
After several weeks, a federal appeals court agreed to hear a dispute when it comes to the famous 1888 Vincent van Gogh painting displayed at the Detroit Institute of Arts. This comes after a judge ago. On Monday, the court granted an injunction and ordered the DIA to hold on to the painting while the case is pending. The broker Art Capital Partners, who claimed to be the owners of the painting since 2017, filed the lawsuit. They say it only gave temporary possession to a third party, but never got the piece back. The Novel Reader, which is the painting's name, was part of dozens of Van Gogh's the collectors. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy for today. Temperatures hold steady in the region. Winds westerly 10 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. Tonight, gradual clearing. Lows drop to 22. Winds west-northwest 5 to 15. Higher gusts remain possible. Saturday, an abundance of sunshine. Highs top out near 40. Winds turn to the southwest 5 to 15. Higher gusts once again possible. Saturday night, mostly clear. 8. Southwest winds will be breezy 10 to 25. And then Sunday, lots more 45. I'm Phil Jensko with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now it's 34.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Well, indeed, it is presented by Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. Stop in, see their newly expanded showroom, and get everything you need for home decorating. Later on, after the 10 o'clock news, Legos. We will talk to someone who builds them. And at 11 o'clock, we'll find out more about the Bliss Bridal Boutique. But for this hour, we're going to spend time with some friends. In full disclosure, we're going to be talking about the Fordney Club this morning. And I am a proud member. And just want to make sure that everybody understands that. Because with us this morning from the club, its president. First of all, we say good morning to Joe Albasta. Joe, good morning. Whoop, don't hear you. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Now I got you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Also with us this morning is Joel Troutner from the club. Joel, good morning.
Good morning to you, Art.
Good to see you guys. I want to start, before we get into some of the things coming up for the club, I think maybe we need a little historical overview of the Fordney Club, what it is, all of that.
Okay. Well, back in 1923, the club was local businessmen here in Saginaw County, and it was named for Congressman Joseph Fordney, who was in his last term. I think he had just left Congress at that point in time. He'd been there for a number of years and rose to the power of chairman of the Ways and Means Committee in Congress. So the club was formed by him 100 years ago. I'm our 99th president. We're in our 100th year, so we'll be celebrating our centennial this year. And what the club does is we raise money for Saginaw County education, youth athletics, and other good works throughout the county.
And this has always been the thrust of the club, hasn't it?
Yes, sir.
And there's been a pretty heavy emphasis on sports too, hasn't there?
That's true. We helped build the Arthur Hill football stadium back after World War II, and we've partnered with Saginaw Valley State University for the annual Red Feather game out at SVSU,
which used to be held at Arthur Hill, wasn't it? At one time,
it was indeed. They'd bring colleges in to play at the Memorial Stadium over at Arthur Hill.
So I have to ask this question: does the club have a position on the stadium today, and what's going to happen to it?
We don't. We don't have. Kind of curious to see what's gonna occur with the city and the new high school that's coming in.
So the club has been around now 100 years, and do we have a measure of just how much good it's done? Because it's done a lot.
I can't put a number on that. I know, we sit. I've been on the board for about 8 years now. And every meeting, we're giving out hundreds, in some cases thousands of dollars. One that sticks out in my mind a lot is several years ago, Saginaw Township South Little League came to us. I'd gone to high school with a couple of the guys on the board, and they said, Joe, Little League changed their requirements on bats, and we don't have the money to purchase new bats for these kids. So we put our heads together and came up with the money to help South Little League purchase new bats for all the players over there.
And that's just an example of what the club's been doing all these years.
That's right. That's right. And this year with our 100th anniversary, it's an idea we'd kicked around for the last few months. But with the incident that happened with the player on the Buffalo Bills and then the young man that just passed away down at Detroit Renaissance, we're going to be raising money this year as part of our 100th anniversary to help install AED devices in all the high school sporting venues through the county. That's going to be what we're going to be raising money for this year. That's going to be our big project.
That's good. And Joel, your involvement?
The Fordney Club, and we're very excited here on February 21st. We're going to have our large fundraiser, and what we are raffling off guns, sporting guns for the community, and they're on sale right now. And we're going to have a wild game dinner on the 21st. It's going to be out at Saginaw Field and Stream, and that's at 1296 North Gleaner Road. And we're going to have tickets for sale, $25 a ticket, or 3 for $50. And our wild game dinner, by the way, is sold out, but everybody is welcome that buys raffle tickets to come out and view the raffle. And also, we're going to have live streaming. All they have to do is go to FordneyRaffle.com, and they can actually watch it live in their living rooms.
And our buddy Mike Avery is going to be emceeing.
Yes, he is. And also, if you want more information, or if the community would like to purchase some of these tickets, they can give me a call at 989-928-2670.
And this event has grown, hasn't it, now? Because you had to move to a bigger location.
Yes, it all started. The gun raffle all started because during the COVID, we really couldn't have a red feather football in the Valley. It got canceled. So we had to come up with another event. And I talked with some of the Shriners, what they did to raise money for their youth and their community. And this is what we come up with their help. And we expanded this thing. We started out small 3 years ago, and the event has just grown immensely. Last year we had it at the Cotchfield Township Hall, and of course we needed something bigger this year, and so that's why we're out at the Field and Stream this year.
And should be pointed out too that the guns are supplied by Dick Williams Gun Shop. So you have a federal license involved, and you have to go through all of the proper paperwork and everything else.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, we couldn't put this event on without the help that Doug from Dick Williams Gun Shop out there, what they do for us. They're amazing, and I just want to put a little shout out there for them and say thank you.
Yeah, it's quite an event. I had the fun of emceeing it last year, and I'm glad to see Mike involved. It's going to be a good event. It raises a lot of money.
Yes, it does.
Is this the biggest fundraiser of the year, Joe?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It is now. It has surpassed our Red Feather Game fundraising at this point in time. So it's really becoming a very important part of our mission and how we can get these dollars back into the community for the causes that we're supporting.
All right, guys, hang on. I got to take a break, and we'll come back and talk more. We're talking to Joe Albasta and Joel Troutner from the Fordney Club. Their big event coming up on the 21st, their gun raffle and wild game dinner. We'll talk about some other events, too, when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
You have a family doctor. Do you have a family plumber? When you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling problem happen in your home or business, you need to be able to call a professional that you can rely on and trust to make the repair or equipment replacement. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been the professional homeowners and businesses' trust for 65 years. Whether you're looking for an emergency water heater replacement or planning a new heating system installation, you can trust Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning to provide quality service and installation. Reamer has the equipment to fit every budget, experienced estimators, and state licensed tech install. Trust a professional to do the job right. Call Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Visit them on the web at reamerplumbing.com.
Any way you spell it, Reamer means quality.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our healthcare. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
I'm Liz Clayman and Fox Business Report.
More signs that shoppers are pulling back. Mule Brands, parent company of Rubbermaid, Calphalon, Coleman, and other brands, lost money in its recent quarter. The company says it's been dealing with slower consumer demand, as well as retailers reducing inventory. There's a sign the do-it-yourself home reno trend may be fading. Spectrum Brands, parent company of Black & Decker, lost money in its holiday quarter. Spectrum Brands also owns the Remington and George Foreman brands. Yahoo is laying off 20% of its workforce by the end of the year. Nearly 1,000 positions are being eliminated this week. Yahoo advertising tech unit Verizon Communications sold Yahoo last year to investment firm Apollo Global Management. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
It's Jesse Kelly here. I can't afford to lose 30% of my 401k or IRA again, and I'm assuming you can't either. Call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today to learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan. 833-404-GOLD, 833-404-GOLD.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. That's AUDACY.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-495-6468, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-495-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-495-6468 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s. It's 1-800-495-6468.
The WSGW Morning Team.
Got a story that a piece of Star Wars memorabilia has made its way into the record books. In fact, Guinness has certified this as the most expensive movie prop gun ever sold at an auction.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Very nice. It's Han Solo's blaster.
How much?
$1,057,500. It's because it's the only surviving prop gun of the 3 original that were made for the original movie, A New Hope.
I never saw the movie, sorry.
So you better get up to speed, because if you're ever to do the morning team version of Star Wars, you've got to play the role of Princess Leia.
Good luck with that.
I, of course, the casting would be Luke Skywalker.
Of course.
And Pat, because of the facial hair, has got to be Chewbacca.
Art can be Han Solo.
No, R2-D2.
R2-D2?
Yes.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat. 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show,
I guess we'll try to make sense of it all. That is a very, very difficult job.
we will have fun.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. Talking to Joe Albasa, president of the Fordney Club, and from the club, Joel Troutner. Coming up on the 21st, their big wild game dinner and gun raffle taking place at the Field and Stream Club on Gleaner. Joe, what's the history of food with the club? And the reason I ask that is one of the unique things about the club is every other week we have a dinner. And some of them get pretty fancy. We've had surf and turf, and SVSU provided a rib dinner last week. So how did that come about? How did all that food become part of the club?
I'm not sure. Joel might be better off answering the history on that one. I know every 2 weeks we get together and members are cooking for the members. So we have a cooking crew that, usually somebody captains up the team and puts together all their players that are going to help them cook that dinner. There's been some traditional ones that we've done through the years. We've had an Italian dinner. We do a lot of steak fries on our grill in the summertime. And Joel heads up the ultimate hors d'oeuvres right before Christmas time as well. And it's really what the club's all about as far as our meetings go, is putting together that big dinner for everybody, a chance to gather and share a meal.
Joel, how'd it come about? How'd you get involved?
I got involved. The Fordney Club is made up of businessmen and people, Saginaw County Youth Athletics and hospice. And it's always been that tradition of when we meet on a Tuesday, every other Tuesday, that we have a group of men that feed the group. And we've really got a talented bunch of guys. And that we get together and we have that camaraderie, that to get together. And we normally have a guest speaker, something like that. One thing that brings to my mind a lot is the ultimate hors d'oeuvres. This past year, we had the Special Olympics there for our hors d'oeuvres, and we raised that night alone through just the membership there. We matched everything that the membership put in, and we ended up giving them $6,600 in one night. Yeah. Which that's a great cause.
And that's typical of what the club's done.
Yes.
It's
exactly.
just it's been around a long time. There's been a lot of money put back in the community, hasn't there, Joe?
There absolutely has. And during the COVID shutdown, a lot of the high school athletics, and that's typically who we're giving money to is youth athletics. A lot of that was shut down. So the board kind of reacted to that and pivoted a little bit from youth athletics, which weren't occurring, and the need wasn't there for these folks. So we shifted that to the soup kitchens, the rescue missions, the food drives, that type of stuff that was going on in the community. And there was certainly a greater need with a lot of people not able to go out and do their job and bring home a paycheck like they normally were. So we were able to give money to those community services that had a greater need at that point in time. But now that youth athletics is again at full strength, we're raising more money, and we're able to give to both those kind of groups in our community now.
So let's talk about membership. You open for new members?
We're always open for new members, Art. If somebody likes to join, they need to get in touch with a member, be sponsored by a member. You've got to be either employed and working in Saginaw County or a resident of Saginaw County. Those are the two requirements there. And then be sponsored by a member in good standing and voted to be approved by the board.
And in terms of membership, how big is the club?
We're we're right around 300 members. And that's we also do an annual golf outing. It was one of the first golf outings in Saginaw County. It's called the Fordney 300, and the reason why it's called the 300 is membership used to be capped at 300 members. order to become a member at that point in time, somebody had to leave the club, either quit belonging or somebody would pass away, and then an application for a new member would be kind of auctioned off at a dinner. So you actually had to purchase an application form to give to a friend of yours to get them to join, and it was kind of, it was highly prized and sought after. We've kind of done away with that hard cap on membership, and our membership has stayed strong at around 300 members since I've been with the club.
And the golf outing is when usually?
Usually it's the first weekend in June. Usually it's that first Friday in June.
And you get a lot of response on that, don't you? It usually sells out.
Yeah, we've sold that out pretty consistently. Usually we have a full flight of 144 golfers, which is 2 foursomes on every hole on an 18-hole course. And but one year we exceeded that. We had an extra team come up. Of course, was kind of scrambling to find us extra golf carts. So.
Yeah. All right, well, let's Joel, let's remind everybody again about the game dinner, the wild game dinner, and the gun auction, and where it's going to be, and cost, and how to get tickets.
Okay, the cost is going to be $25 for one gun ticket, or 3 for $50. You can get a hold of me at 989-928-2670. If you'd like to purchase tickets, I can get them out to you. One other thing that I'd like to mention is that if you do win a gun, you do not have to have that gun. You can take that over to Doug at Dick Williams Gun Shop. He will give you the value of that gun, and you can upgrade to a different gun or whatever you would like. Also, and it's Saginaw Field and Stream. That's 1296 North Galena Road. Dinner starts at 7 o'clock. Social hour is at 6 p.m. And the drawing starts promptly at 7:45 p.m. on the 50 guns. During the course of the night, there will be all kinds of other little drawings and things like that for vacations, elk hunts, all kinds of different hunts, fishing trips, you name it. We also got a snowblower, brand new snowblower from Huffman Power Sports that we're going to be, you can be able to buy tickets for that. It's just going to be a great event.
It's a fun night.
Yes.
And the wild game dinner, of course.
Yes.
With some great food. However, that's sold out. Sorry.
Yes,
folks.
it is. It is sold out. Mm-hmm.
There will be tickets probably available on StubHub.
So, Joe, if somebody wants more information on the club, where can they find it?
Well, we've got our website, which I believe is FordneyClub.com. They can always head over there and check out more about what we're doing in the community, what we're doing as a club. We also have a Facebook page. I think that's the extent of our social media reach. I don't think we have a Twitter account or Instagram, or pretty sure most of our members don't know what TikTok is. So we haven't gone down that road yet.
Good. And if somebody is interested in applying for funding to maybe a youth athletic program or something, get a hold of any member? Is that the way that works typically?
They could get a hold of any member, but there is a link on our website where they can fill out a form, and that gets emailed to the board, and we will consider that request. If we have questions about it, make sure you leave comments so we can track you down and most importantly figure out who to write the check out to and that kind of stuff, because we're pretty generous with our donations there. And if it's youth athletics in Saginaw County, chances are we will be funding that project and that request. But we do have to verify that and make sure that the money's going to the right place.
Well, I could tell anybody interested in the club after years of being tempted, shall we say, by a number of members to join. I finally got off my duff and did it, and it is a great club, and it's a great social evening for dinner. I mean, it really is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to socialize and network and meet a lot of good people.
Yeah, we try to keep it lighthearted and friendly atmosphere for everybody who's able to attend the dinners, and always people can come as a guest of a member too, just to see what it's all about. So if you have a friend that's in Fordney Club, say, hey, I'd like to learn more about it. Can you take me to one of your upcoming dinners? And happy to bring you as a guest.
Well, guys, look, I'm glad you came in this morning to chat about the Fordney Club and the gun raffle and game dinner and all the activities that go on. And I'd urge everybody to go to the FordneyClub.com website and keep up with all the events. Joel, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks, Art. I really appreciate it.
Joe, thanks a lot, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I've been a long-time listener, first-time guest.
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
All right. We will talk to you down the road. Thanks a lot, guys. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have open phones for the remainder of the hour.
Liberty Bridge is your gateway to work, school, downtown, and the Midland Street Business District. Enjoy all the benefits of Liberty Bridge for free until April. Save time and fuel by taking the most convenient route to your destination. Avoid congestion at other local bridges and experience Bay City's newest, most reliable bridge. Brought to you by local union workers and Bay City Bridge Partners. For your passport to the local begins, get your BC Pass before April at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
Cool in the Gang, March 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
Tickets start at $40 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and e6.com. Bring in the party. Get down on Cool in the Gang, March 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Party hard, throw down harder. More at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel is all conversation-based, so it gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
You'll really see a difference.
How conversational you can be in just a few weeks.
Babbel isn't just lessons. You can listen to podcasts, play games, watch videos. You can even take live online classes with a language teacher. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel.
The lessons online and in the app make it easy to learn from pretty much anywhere.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right. Free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
On Saturday, February 11th, the Disability Network of Mid-Michigan presents Feathers and Fedoras. It's a Roaring 20s gala to benefit independent living programs for people with disabilities. Grab your silk top hat, your best flapper dress, and prepare to foxtrot the night away with dance music by Stone Street Revival. Find Lady Luck at the casino. Hit the speakeasy for Giggle Waters. Feathers and Fedoras, Saturday, February 11th at the Doubletree in Bay City. For information Feathers and Fedoras box you'll find online at WSGW.com.
Later today, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles square off in Super Bowl 57. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew from Arizona for all the action. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are hoping to win a second title in 4 seasons for Kansas City. But the Philly faithful are hoping this one can be as special as their last Super Bowl 5 years ago. If it's Super Bowl 57, it's right here.
Live coverage begins today at 5 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW.
You are with WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
As you might have determined, that was the wrong Super Bowl promo. That's one that will run on Sunday. Sorry about that, folks. But we do have the Super Bowl, as you heard. We'll get the right one on later. I typed in the wrong number. Oh, well, what can I tell you? Open phones for the remainder of this hour, 989-752-6111 is how you get in touch with us. We would love to chat with you this morning about whatever is on your mind on this Friday. I was reading an article about artificial intelligence, which is the latest craze going around with ChatGPT and OpenAI, the company that owns it. And now all of the search engines are getting involved. Microsoft is going to be using OpenAI and the ChatGPT. Not to be outdone, Google is going to include AI in their search engines. Well, what does that mean for us? Well, from my limited, and I stress the word limited, knowledge, it means these search engines are going to be able to provide better, faster, and more complete information. There are lots of things you can't find on the search engines right now, but with artificial intelligence, you might be able to. So all of the various search engines are going to be in a position to offer as much accurate information as possible. That's okay because that's the positive use of artificial intelligence. I worry about the negative use, and I will include in that Chat CBT, which we talk about, which you can go on to it, ask it to write you a paper on anything, and it will. Just about anything. My worry is, what does this mean for the future of education? Now, there's going to be those students who are dedicated to education, dedicated to learning, wanting to do it the old-fashioned way so they learn. And then there's going to be those students who simply plug it into the AI machine. It spits out their paper, they submit it, and they're done. What are those graduates going to look like compared to those who do the research, do their own writing? That worries me. That worries me as to how artificial intelligence, particularly in its chat form that we've seen, will impact the future of communication in this country. It's something to be concerned about. I've also noticed that some colleges and universities are trying to find algorithms that would detect an AI paper as opposed to one that the student actually researched and wrote themselves. I can't imagine. I mean, when I went to school, which was eons ago, I mean, I went to college when I was 16 in 1959. I didn't, I didn't even have a calculator. I had a slide rule. I still have it. It's sitting right above me in my office here. And I had a slide rule strapped on my side. That's pretty much how you knew students who were in math or engineering, because they all had these slide rules strapped on their side. If I had to write a paper, the only thing that helped me was my brain. I had to do the research. I had to find the information. And that's how you learn. That was the purpose of it. What do you learn if you sit down in front of a computer and let's say you had to do a paper on, you pick it, you name it, any topic at all. The development of the automobile, all right? You type that in and out comes your paper. In perfect English, no spelling errors, no factual errors. It's perfect. You probably don't even read it. You staple it together or you put it in book form and you hand it in. What did you learn? Nothing. Well, maybe you learned how to type in a computer, but you didn't learn anything else. And that kind of worries me a little bit about the future of artificial intelligence and how it can be used in a positive way, but also misused. And when it's misused, I don't think anybody gains. What did that person who put a paper in on the automobile learn other than how to type in, give me a paper on the automobile? So I think we're going to have to learn as a society how to deal with artificial intelligence and where it's going to work and where we might not want it to work. But it's here to stay. It's not going away. It's only going to get developed further. And the more data they provide to the computer servers that run the artificial intelligence, the better the outcomes are going to be. Something just to keep your eye on. All right, let me take a moment. Speaking of the automobile, let me take a moment to talk to you about my friends at McDonald Ford in Freeland, the family that I have known for eons. Tom Sr. was one of the first people I met when I came to Saginaw, the late Tom McDonald Sr., because I had done a remote with Fred Krell at the McDonald Nursery when it was open on Center. And that was in the very early days of my arriving here in Saginaw. And we were friends ever since and have been friends of the family ever since. And you know, it's McDonald Ford on Midland Road in Freeland. However, they're more than a Ford store because their pre-owned inventory carries all kinds of marks. You're going to find Cadillacs and Chevys. You'll find Jeeps. You find Lincolns, and it changes on a regular basis because product comes and goes. Cars come in, they go out. There was even a Mercedes-Benz on the lot the other day. And all of them have been through McDonald Ford's extensive 100-point inspection before it ever hits the lot. And that means when you buy, you can buy with confidence. But if you should have a problem, no problem, because McDonald's service department is one of the best, bar none. Minor service, major repairs, you'll find it all there. And then they have the Drive Collision Center if you have a fender bender. They have the quick change lane if you need to get an oil change done relatively quickly. It's all there for you. They have it all. And most of all, they're involved in the community. Recently, they paid off the Freeland High School library debt. Paid it off. So stop in and visit McDonald's and the staff at McDonald Ford, 6790 Midland Road in Freeland, devoted to helping and serving you.
This is Rachel from the SVRC Marketplace, located at 203 South Washington, right on Riverfront, Saginaw. Open up your heart to supporting small business during Love Month, Global Flavors, American Favorites, and Retail Therapy. Mark those calendars for our Saginaw Riverfront Beer Fest, February 11th, or Kiss and Kisses event, February 17th, with tickets now available. Need a rental space? Check out the Marketplace. We thank you for the continued support of our small businesses. Remember to shop local, eat local, support small business, and we will see you at the market. This is Rachel from the boardroom located inside the SVRC Marketplace, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Offering lunch specials, full bar, everyday happy hour with over 20 Michigan and local brews and the best burgers on Riverfront. Come celebrate your love with us February 18th for our Cocktails and Kisses at the Boardroom ticketed event. Did you know we offer food and alcohol catering for all types of events, even off-site? Contact us by 10133 for more information. Get on board and support small.
I love working on my cars, but I wish I had more space for my shop.
Give General Steel a call. In business for over 30 years and with over 5,000 five-star customer reviews, General Steel can help with projects ranging from RV storage and garages to churches, workshops, and even major construction for Fortune 500 companies. And all General Steel custom buildings are backed by our 50-year warranty.
But that's got to cost a fortune.
Actually, General Steel buildings are more affordable than other building options. And thanks to our highly efficient construction, you can go from dreaming it to enjoying it in no time.
I need to give the General a call. How do I get more information?
Call 866-96-STEEL or visit mygeneralsteel.com to find out what General Steel can do for your home or business. That's 866-96-STEEL. Our team will answer your questions and offer you a customized quote. 6-967-8335 now or mygeneralsteel.com.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-495-6468, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-495-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-495-6468 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-495-6468.
The WSGW Morning Team.
WSW online poll for Governor Whitmer's Lowering Michigan Costs Plan goes. The governor announcing this three-part proposal. It's related to Michigan's potential record $9.2 billion budget surplus expected this fall. What do you do with that money? Well, the governor wants to deliver $180 checks to every tax filer, expand the state's match of the federal earned income tax credit, estimated it could provide $3,000 to about 700,000 Michigan families, also phasing out the retirement tax to ultimately put an average check of maybe $1,000 back to 500,000 households in the state.
This will be the largest tax break for working families and seniors in Michigan in decades.
Republicans have a concern about whether this could prevent the possibility of an automatic decrease in the state income tax. So the poll question is this: are you for or are you against the governor's three-part plan? You can vote I'm for, I'm against it, maybe you're not sure. The options are there for you in the poll box. Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, and make your vote that way.
The Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Sunday, February 12th, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles square off in Super Bowl 57. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew from Arizona for all the action. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are hoping to win a second title in 4 seasons for Kansas City. But the Philly faithful are hoping this one can be as special as their last Super Bowl 5 years ago. If it's Super Bowl 57, it's right here.
Live Sunday at 5 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. You finally heard the right promo. Just so you know, Super Bowl is this Sunday. Let's talk to Dwayne in Reese. Dwayne, good morning.
Good morning. Who's going to be filling your shoes next week if you're down in Florida playing golf?
Kareem Bowen 1 day, Larry Duarte 1 day, and Matt Fallon 3 days.
Oh, Bill Hobson's not going to be around?
Bill's probably busy.
Yeah, he'll probably be in Florida golfing with you.
Yeah, no, he won't be. I won't be golfing either. I'm not taking the clubs. I'm not taking the clubs.
You're going to be missing Amos O'Neill come Monday.
Oh, what's Amos doing?
He's going to be in your show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't. I looked ahead. That's right.
I talked to the secretary. I call once every 2 months, and Mary said, I said, I like listening when Amos is on our show, and she says, well, she's going to give me his whole schedule for the year when he's going to be on your show, but
yeah,
you give me February 13th, because I can remember that one. Don't worry about the rest.
Lucky him, February 13th, he gets to be on the show. Yeah, it's always fun talking to Amos, too. He and I share a love for black cowboy hats.
I know.
He'll be on at 10 o'clock, by the way. I'm looking at my schedule. He's on at 10 o'clock on Monday.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. You have a good trip. Safe trip. Take care.
Thanks, Dwayne. All right, by the way, Kareem is on Monday. Matt is on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Larry Rodarte is Friday. So Amos gets to talk to Kareem on Monday.
Okay. Thanks, Art.
You bet. Thanks. Bye now. Yeah, it's always fun because I like to kid the folks at the station, and remind them that when I'm gone, it takes 3 people to, and they remind me don't get too big-headed about it. So there, it is comical. It's always been that way though, but it's because that the guys at the station all have other things they have to do, so none of them want to sit down and do all their work plus my shows for a whole week. So we've come upon this strategy of bringing in folks to do it, and it's worked out pretty well. And I want to thank them in ahead, and we'll include Bill Hobson because he does it too once in a while. But Kareem has his own program to worry about, and so does Larry Rodarte and Matt Fallon. I don't know how many hours there are in a day, but there's not enough for him because he does so many things in the community and elsewhere. Great guy too. Anyhow, what was I going to say? I don't even remember now what I was going to talk. Oh, we were talking about artificial intelligence and where it may show its head in the future. Almost any place where you interact with people could change because of artificial intelligence. Will the day come when you interact with a machine instead of a human to do simple things like, and it's already happening in some places, go into a fast food restaurant, you don't get to talk to a person, and your food isn't prepared by a person. Yeah, all automated. Last break, and then we'll be back to close out this hour, tell you what's ahead.
At Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, an evening with James Taylor.
Oh, I've seen fire, I've seen rain.
Friday night, June 23rd, out of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
How sweet it is to be loved by.
Tickets on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and etix.com.
Oh, Mexico, you got a friend.
James Taylor, Under the Stars, June 23rd at Soaring Eagle Casino.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
Carl came in on Monday upset because his truck needed more repairs. I completely understand because that's his livelihood. He was ready for something new. So I took him in my office right away and I was able to approve him for an auto loan. He was very happy to be able to leave with that check in his hand to go pick up his vehicle. He even came back a few hours later just to thank me and show me his new truck. I love being able to turn around someone's day.
Knowing members by name, going the extra mile to help them save money, understanding when they really need help. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on Wildfire. Come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's about you, always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
All right, that'll do it for this hour of the Art Lewis Show. We will move on to hour number 2. We're going to talk to Scott Thompson, who builds Legos. We're going to talk about what he's done and why he does it. All of that is ahead right after the news.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Washington. The earthquake that hit Turkey and Syria is now the world's deadliest in more than a decade. The death toll is over 20,000. But amazingly, rescue teams are still finding survivors in the rubble. CBS's Chris Livesay reports.
So that's still a possibility. There could still be survivors here.
We hope so, and that's why we're going to keep trying.
Time may be dwindling, but there's reason for hope. In the form of Yagis Ullah, just 10 days old. He spent 4 of them buried alive. His mother was also saved.
A deadly attack in East Jerusalem. Car crashed into a bus stop, killing 2 people. More power facilities have been targeted in Ukraine. CBS's Cami McCormick with details.
Several Russian missiles were shot down over Kiev, but there is damage to the power grids there. Power stations in 6 regions of Ukraine were hit, and Moldova says one missile violated its airspace. In the meantime, the first U.S. Bradley fighting vehicles headed for Ukraine have arrived in Germany. More than 60 left South Carolina last week. Ukrainian President Zelensky is on his way back to Ukraine after a tour of European capitals to seek more assistance.
Our Nancy Cordes has the latest now on the Chinese spy balloon.
FBI agents are now examining parts of the Chinese balloon that have already been fished out of the ocean.
Oh, look, they hit it.
The deflated balloon descended rapidly Saturday from an altitude twice as high as commercial jet corridors. But the so-called payload, the crucial surveillance equipment, remains on the seafloor off.
Police in Harford County, Maryland have a suspect in custody accused of shooting 2 police officers. Sheriff Jeff Gaylor.
It eventually culminated in our personnel going hands-on with him and physically, after some resistance, being able to place him in custody.
Rihanna is gearing up for the Super Bowl. She told CBS Mornings.
It was so scary because it was kind of unexpected to come back from like 0 to Super Bowl. Like, that's kind of nuts. Getting back to anything right now has to feel worth it. Nothing is like worthy of your time away from your kid.
Rihanna says the hardest part of preparing a Super Bowl halftime show is trying to boil down her 17-year career into just 13 minutes. Will she have love on her brain? Just shut up and drive?
Shut up and drive.
End of the week on Wall Street, markets are in the red. The Dow's down 56 points, NASDAQ down 108, S&P off 14. This is CBS News.
For almost 25 years, Linex has been the only place to go for quality spray-on bed liner. But did you know they also offer rust-proofing and undercoating?
Their exclusive process will keep your new or used vehicle protected.
The guys at Linex have the only wax-based rust-proofing and military-spec undercoat to ensure years of protection.
In fact, all new vehicles protected will get a lifetime warranty. No yearly touch-ups required.
And because their rust-proofing process is wax-based, you won't have any long-term dripping or mess to clean up later. Rust-proof your car, truck, or SUV and protect it year-round.
Linex is located on Wilder Road in Bay City. Give them a call at 989-671-9820.
Remember, your new car, truck, or SUV gets a lifetime warranty with no yearly touch-up required.
Again, is 989-671-9820. That's 989-671-9820.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. And foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Right, it's guys, and 34 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. Police are looking for a suspect who they say fled from a traffic stop in Saginaw early Wednesday morning. According to state police, troopers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for making an improper turn around 2 a.m. near Woodbridge and Congress Streets when the driver fled on foot. Police reported finding a pistol, suspected narcotics, and large amounts of cash on the passenger of the vehicle. A further search of the vehicle turned up a pistol in the trunk, according to police. The passenger was lodged in the Saginaw County Jail, and a warrant is being sought for the driver, who police say was identified before running off. A former Flint police chief has pleaded no contest to charges of operating an illegal gambling facility. According to the Michigan Attorney General's Office and Michigan Gaming Control Board, 70-year-old William Bradford Barksdale pleaded no contest on Wednesday to one count of gambling violations, a 5-year felony, and one count of reckless use of a firearm, a 90-day misdemeanor. Barksdale was accused of operating West Point Arcade, along with Alvin and Adam Crossnow, both who pleaded guilty in their 2021 cases and were sentenced to probation. Barksdale is scheduled to Circuit Court on April 14th. The Saginaw YMCA has received a grant of nearly $375,000 to help kids learn outside of school. The funding comes from the Michigan Department of Education and goes to supporting programming that helps students build academic and social skills after the pandemic. According to the Y, the grant reflects a need for learning recovery in the community and recognizes the institution's history of success. The YMCA says funding will help to expand learning opportunities for after-school tutoring, mentoring, and leadership, as well as bring more agriculture, art, STEM, literacy, and recreational programming to summer day and overnight camps. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
At Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, an evening with James Taylor.
Oh, I've seen fire, I've seen rain.
Friday night, June 23rd, out of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
How sweet it is to be loved by.
Tickets start at $36. The Soaring Eagle box office at etix.com.
Oh, Mexico, you got a friend.
James Taylor, Under the Stars, June 23rd at Soaring Eagle Casino.
The kitchen is more than a room. It's where food, family, and friends come together. As the heart of the home, it's also a reflection of you. I'm Dee, General Manager of Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery in Midland. I'd like to invite you into our showroom. We'll not only help you design your dream kitchen, but our experts also handle bathrooms, mudrooms, home office spaces, fireplaces, showers, and much more. Visit us online at premierkitchenandbathgallery.com. Let us help you design your dream space.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. An investigation is underway after an alleged bomb threat at a school. According to the Marine City Police Department, administration from Marine City High School reported the threat around 8 p.m. The school was immediately put into lockdown. Students were also being evacuated by buses to a nearby building. Canines trained in explosive detection were brought in from the Port Huron Police Department. They found no evidence of a bomb. The circumstances around the threat are unknown at this time. The threat follows the statewide threats of violence hoaxes on Tuesday. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has proposed a tax cut plan, which includes a one-time rebate for filers across Michigan and is a one step closer to reality following contentious vote in the State House. Here's Michigan News Network's John Hewitts.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. The motion is adopted.
The voices of protest began early as House Bill 4001 was brought to the floor for consideration and what turned out to be its eventual passage. However, unhappy Republicans payout plan does not provide the permanent tax relief residents of Michigan need. Still, the Democratic majority prevailed.
There are 56 aye votes and 53 nay votes.
The tax plan, now on its way to the Senate, would include $180 rebate checks to individual tax filers across Michigan, while also approving the phasing out of the state's decade-old retirement tax. It would also raise the Michigan Working Families Tax Credit five-fold, from 6% to 30%. John Hewitt for the Michigan News Network.
WSGW News Time 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
Here is your WSGW weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have mostly cloudy skies, breezy conditions, a slight chance for some light snow showers into the afternoon, with our temperatures fairly steady in the 30s. Then for tonight, under mostly cloudy skies, we'll drop to a low of 22. More in the way of sunshine making a return for your weekend, high of 40, and for your Sunday up to 44 degrees. For Monday, some cloud cover to start the day, but clearing into the afternoon, mid-40s for high temperatures, and even approaching 50 degrees Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Michael Carroll with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, 33.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Well, indeed, it is brought to you by Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. Stop into their newly expanded showroom. Pick up all your home decorating needs at Westside Decorating Center. Well, today we're going to talk about Legos. You know, those little plastic building blocks. And I have to tell you, I never gave much thought to Legos. Until recently, I found out that my 52-year-old son is a Lego builder and a fanatic at it. And I'm going, really, Scott? He's in the golf business. He's a golf pro, and he's building Legos. And I'm going,
he's about my age too. I'm 48.
Legos. Well, we're going to find out about the intrigue of this little magical block, because someone who's made a career out of building some spectacular Lego things is Lego Scott, is what he goes by, but he's Scott Thompson. And Scott, let me say good morning to you on this Friday morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, we're doing fine. So let's start with the basics. What in the world got you involved in Legos?
Well, I was obviously a fan as a kid. I would get together with the neighborhood kids before going on the bus and building space stations and using the little transparent parts as currency and trade in for bigger tires on my space rovers. And, it starts playing, then you grow up for a while and you say, gosh, I think I like that stuff that I played with as a kid. And I looked at it the first time and said, gosh, I don't have as much as I thought I did. And I put it away. And then a couple of years later, they started making more adult themed sets. And lo and behold, it's like, this is great. And I had some disposable income and I started buying. And then I learned there was a community out there that likes to build and likes to display. And, we have fun together. And it grew from there. I've been part of Michigan Lego Users Group for 13, 14 years. I've been the president most of that time. And now the community has grown enough that there's people locally. And I'm excited to open a local chapter of Lego Fanatics here called Brick Addiction Mid-Michigan.
Let me ask a serious question. Have you figured out how to make a living at it yet?
No. I'm a registered nurse. There's a whole lot of expense. There's a whole lot of joy. And if you try to monetize that, joy is likely to retire.
Yeah.
A lot quicker than you are.
Yeah, I know. When looking around for kits for my son, some of the car kits are hundreds of dollars. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty amazing some of the things you can get out there today for Legos. So you had a display at the museum, didn't you, in Bay City?
I have had a display at Midland Center for the Arts 2 years through Mishlug. I have had a display over at the Studio 23, and I've had a display for 5 years running at the Saginaw Castle Museum.
Castle Museum.
Yeah.
What kinds of
a lot of fun.
things? What kinds of things are you into building?
Largely architecture. So the stuff you see behind me is Lego. That's Cinderella's castle is all Lego.
That's a picture of it, right?
No, that is the Lego.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
it is. It's dimensional. I can see it now. I didn't think it was dimensional. It is now. Yeah. Wow. For those of you that are just listening on the radio and you're not watching the stream, this is a pretty huge Lego building.
Yeah. So this is actually flat.
Yeah.
It is a whole bunch of little pieces on a flat surface to make an artwork.
Right.
As is these Star Wars mosaics that I have behind me. I have
all of that is Lego. All of that is Lego. Is that what you're saying?
All of this is Lego. Me going by Lego Scott is not a farce. It's kind of a reality. This is one that my wife said, "Hey, do you think we could make this?" And she was a big Zelda fan, and I was like, "All right, let's figure this out." And one day we sat down with our whole family for 7 hours straight, and we built this, together as a family. So
let me ask, because these look like artwork. I mean, they look like framed artwork.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was aiming for. I build so many buildings that I can't display on a regular basis that I wanted something to be part of my life on a daily basis.
So does Lego make flat pieces, or did you have to figure out how to make them yourself?
So Lego actually has found out there's a adult community out there, and they've been making art sets that actually the Marilyn Monroe and the Beatles and a Darth Vader set and Harry Potter. I went and bought a bunch of those sets and used them as parts and made my own stuff out of them.
How do you mount them?
These have all the stuff that's behind me is all those the same system. They have special mounting hardware that goes in builds together on the back. It's all Lego.
Surface and it all goes together.
It's all Lego. Everything there is Lego.
So how long does it take you if you decide you want to do a building, let's say any building at all? How long does it actually take you to actually finish the project?
So that really depends on the scope of the project. I've built, little buildings that will go and just 10 inches square, like the lighthouses that I have that'll be on display. And I went in, I've built 11-foot tall skyscrapers. So big difference in the answer. 4 months for that skyscraper after about 2 years of planning. Usually it's about 2 months of dedicated building for a skyscraper.
So do you have a pipeline to Lego to get the parts you need, or?
Teensy bit. Being part of a Lego fan club, Lego does recognize them and offer some benefits that you can get some parts from. So
have you traveled to Legoland or any of those attractions that feature Legos?
I have been to the Legoland in Florida.
And were you jealous?
No, I honestly thought my stuff was just as good.
Excellent. All right, hang on. I got to take a break, Scott. We'll be back. Scott Thompson, better known as Lego Scott. And we'll talk more about the group that he's president of, too, when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
Spirit fans, Friday, February 10th, your Second on Spirit take on the Sioux Greyhounds at the Dow Event Center. Puck drops at 7:05. Stop in the Budweiser Red Room before the game to see Red Wings legend. With Hockey Hall of Fame trophies, there are even special meet and greet packages available. Get your tickets online at SaginawSpirit.com or go in person at the Saginaw Spirit office on State Street. Tickets also available at the box office at the Dow. Game on, Spirit fans.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar. Made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 800-730-8405 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check. As easy as, that's 800-730-8405.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report. More signs that shoppers are pulling back. Mule Brands, parent company Coleman and other brands lost money in its recent quarter. The company says it's been dealing with slower consumer demand as well as retailers reducing inventory. There's a sign the do-it-yourself home reno trend may be fading. Spectrum Brands, parent company of Black & Decker, lost money in its holiday quarter. Spectrum Brands also owns the Remington and George Foreman brands. Yahoo is laying off 20% of its workforce by the end of the year. Nearly 1,000 positions are being eliminated this week. Yahoo is shrinking its advertising tech unit. Verizon Communications sold Yahoo last year to investment firm. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
It's Jesse Kelly here. I can't afford to lose 30% of my 401k or IRA again, and I'm assuming you can't either. Call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today to learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan. 833-404-GOLD, 833-4...
Let me tell you about the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch. Are you looking for a place that will satisfy the food cravings of the entire family? Well, look no further. At the Lumberjack, you're sure to enjoy the food and company, all while getting a pure up-north dining experience. With an array of entrees, burgers, omelets, desserts, and more, it's a sure thing that there's something for everyone. The homestyle cooking is sure to have you coming back for more. So head up north. Restaurant of West Branch, exit 212, I-75.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show, I guess we'll try to make sense of it all. That is a very, very difficult job. We will have fun.
Markley Van Camp and Robbins, weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 7. WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and we're talking to Scott Thompson, who is a master Lego builder, to say the least. Let's talk for a minute about this group. Do you meet regularly? They have regular meetings?
So Mishlug has been around for over 20 years, and yes, we have regular meetings. The Brick Addiction Mid-Michigan is brand new. This is a very inaugural show, and we have had our first meeting of the people who I know locally to get this together and talk about what we want to do as a local community that love Lego.
Are there a lot of people involved in Lego now?
There are. So I started going to a fan convention that really got me going in the adult area of Lego, and there were 300 people back in 2009, and that the attendance is now like 1,200 to 1,500.
Wow.
So it is a lot in the years.
Is there a limit? I mean, you know, and there was a TV show. They had a Lego competition, and I watched it only one time because it was always on opposite something else I wanted to watch. But it just seemed to me that things were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it reminded me in a way. You wouldn't know this, Scott. You're too young. But it reminded me in a way when I was growing up as a kid. I had an erector set.
Oh my God, I had a erector set.
And did you? And
yeah.
I always wanted the next biggest one, and then the next biggest one, and then the next, and you know, I built the parachute jumps and all of that stuff when I was a kid. But I wanted to keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Is there that tendency in Legos?
when you're part of a group, yes. Especially when you're involved in a group and you go to things, you get to experience bigger and bigger.
Your audio is chopping a little bit here. We're getting a little audio breakup. All right, go ahead. Do it again.
All right. So definitely a possibility of that, depending on where your scope is. Being that I started as a adult fan with a convention, conventions offer everything from the smallest little creation that you're saying, wow, how could you possibly make that with 10 pieces, to incredible creation that you can drive a car into, or made out and make a car of. There are so many that can be done, and I have seen done, that I have done, in time. So,
other than supplying the Legos, does Lego, the company itself, offer any instruction or help?
So they don't. We are definitely consumers in this. We are consumer art people. They don't get supply lines from Lego. We sometimes are able to purchase from Lego, very limitedly, but it does offer the ability to get more diverse pieces in quantity. But it's definitely a consumer-based art form.
So now that you have this new club formed, Brick Addiction, I love the name. What's ahead for you?
Well, it all depends on what's in our laps next. This lighthouse behind you was something that I was asked if I could go and build. I was shown a picture, and it was white. It's the Saginaw front range, front or rear range. I built both of them. I don't.
Yeah.
One
of the two.
Yeah, it was one of the two. It's the one that still exists in the world today. And this opportunity just fell in my lap, and I ran with it after thinking about it for a long. We discussed other possibilities for show content. We might reach out to the Nature Center. My buddy has a bunch of birds that have built up. I built some trees, a bird bath. We play that at the Nature Center if they're interested. We might go and reach out to City Hall. I have that Lego. A bunch of community resources that could be reached out and engage the community.
So the process, you were asked to build a lighthouse.
I was.
You go and take pictures of it first? You go measure it? What do you do?
So he provided me some pictures,
Okay.
He did offer me the opportunity to go there, and at the time that he presented it, I wasn't how to proceed with it, and my life was very busy. I didn't have time to pursue it. He asked in May, and then January came around, and I had not stopped thinking about it, and I figured out a solution. And then I had a game plan, and when we built up a little prototype, next day I built this up.
So all of your Lego work, is it all, how can I say this? Is it all temporary or permanent? By that I mean, do you ever glue it together so it never comes apart, or is it always removable and you can start all over again?
So it's always removable. We can always
look at that.
Always take it apart.
Yeah.
Even if I put it back together backwards.
Doesn't matter. He took a piece off the top, folks. Now he has to put it back on again.
Yeah.
So, and are you still displaying at the Castle Museum?
No, I displayed there for 5 years running, and then I shifted gears. So, is it possible that might be an outcome later on too? Yeah, I still have there from those 5 years running. And when I visited the museum last time, they're like, "Hey, look at your bag."
So, is there any place we can see your work right now?
Out in the public, in community, no. But this lighthouse and the stuff that'll be on display in the mall for the Family Fun Fest, starting the 18th, will actually remain on display in some format for a good while inside the historical museum. Inside.
And when is that, the Family Fun Fest?
The Family Fun Fest is Saturday, February 18th from 10 till...
And where?
At the Bay City Mall.
Bay City Mall.
Yeah, Bay City. Whatever they call it. Village. I don't know. Bay City Mall.
Whatever it is.
Done food court, so they don't call it a mall anymore. Whatever.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, what's next on your building? Do you have a list of things you want to build?
Oh, yeah. I have, there's a big development downtown Detroit at the old Hudson building. I'm planning on building the new Hudson site.
Oh, wow.
Skyscraper. There's a building right downtown in Campus Martius that I have started on my mantle here. I don't know if I can get a good picture of it or not. The Ernest and Young building.
Okay.
It doesn't look like much, but it's 2 floors out of 10. I don't know how to.
And you literally build it 1 floor at a time. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally build it 1 floor at a time, and if I can.
Oh yeah, I see. For those that are watching, it's a building that's and it's almost transparent, greenish, and pretty nice. It's amazing.
So it's got interior detail and lights, and it'll be a 10-story building that's probably within the month that I'll have done. Hopefully in a year or two, I'll have the Hudson site building done.
Wow. Well, good luck with it, Scott. I'm glad to chat with you, and we'll have to down the road see how well the Brick Addiction group is doing. If somebody wants information on that group, they're into Legos. Where do they find it?
It's currently available as a Facebook group. So if you know how to search Facebook and you type in Brick Addiction, you should come up with it.
Very good. Well, get back to work and have yourself a good day.
Yeah, I got to get to sleep so I can go to work tonight.
Oh, good, Scott. All right. Well, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks a lot.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Scott Thompson, better known as Lego Scott. And yeah, it's funny. My son's name is Scott, too. And he is into Legos. I mean, he's in his 50s. He's young 50s. And my late wife said to him, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he said, "Oh, Legos." So that's we got them like it was like buying for a little kid again, except I'll tell you what, these sets today, particularly the ones that are adult oriented, they are not for little kids, that's for sure. It was really interesting. All right, we're going to take a pause here, and then we'll have open lines for the remainder of the hour. And I want to kind of stay on this theme a little bit. I want to know about your hobbies. What keeps you occupied when you're not working or doing whatever it is you do, maybe in retirement? What are your hobbies? What is it that you enjoy doing? Let's talk about it this morning. Give us a call, 989-752-6111.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
Recently, I was working with a member to purchase an auto loan and saw an opportunity to help them save some money. By refinancing their credit card debt, we were able to save them over $600. This is one of the many ways that we deliver outstanding service to our members.
Delivering marvelous experiences, saving members money, providing personalized service, going the extra mile. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on wildfirecu.org or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you, always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. These are actual examples of savings and not guaranteed in every situation.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, give her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all. Available exclusively at Pajamagram. Sexy, sultry, naturally nude pajamas feel just like her soft skin. Even more alluring than lingerie, the texture and touch of these pajamas is so seductive that you'll both love the nothing to the imagination with naturally nude pajamas. Go to pajamagram.com right now and save 25%. Pajamagram will even wrap the whole gift up for free. That's right, 25% off naturally nude pajamas and free gift packaging. Listen, if you missed out on this offer during Christmas, don't make the same mistake twice. But you need to order today because last year they sold out before Valentine's Day. Here's what you do. Go to pajamagram.com right now. That's pajamagram.com. Use code NUDE, N-U-D-E, and save 25% off your order of naturally nude pajamas. Order now.
How far will the left go to win 2024? Will they send out more stimulus checks, pass more student loan bailouts, or give away trillions more to left-wing groups? The simple truth is they don't care if your retirement is eroded down to a fraction of its value. They just want to win. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. I want to encourage you to diversify your 401k out of paper assets and into a physical gold IRA. And the only company I recommend for gold IRAs is conservative-owned Birch Gold Group. To learn more, text the word safeguard to 989898 to get their free info kit on gold IRAs. Do this now before Democrats have a chance to legislate away your life savings. Get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting EDGE to the number 989898. There's nothing to buy and no obligation at all. So use your agency. Take action now. Text the word EDGE to the number 989898.
I love working on my cars, but I wish I had more space for my shop.
Give General Steel a call. In business for over 30 years and with over 5,000 five-star customer reviews, General Steel can help with projects ranging from RV storage and garages to churches, workshops, and even major construction for Fortune 500 companies. Steel custom buildings are backed by our 50-year warranty.
But that's got to cost a fortune.
Actually, General Steel buildings are more affordable than other building options. And thanks to our highly efficient construction, you can go from dreaming it to enjoying it in no time.
I need to give the General a call. How do I get more information?
Call 866-96-STEEL or visit mygeneralsteel.com to find out what General Steel can do for your home or business. That's 866-96-STEEL. Our team will answer your questions and offer you a customized quote. Just call 866-967-8335 now or mygeneralsteel.com.
The WF.
WSW online poll for Governor Whitmer's Lowering Michigan Costs Plan goes. The governor announcing this three-part proposal. It's related to Michigan's potential record $9.2 billion budget surplus expected this fall. What do you do with that money? Well, the governor wants to deliver $180 checks to every tax filer, expand the state's match of the federal earned income tax credit, estimated it could provide $3,000 to about 700,000 Michigan families. Also phasing out the retirement tax to ultimately put an average check of maybe $1,000 back to 500,000 households in the state.
This will be the largest tax break for working families and seniors in Michigan in decades.
Republicans have a concern about whether this could prevent the possibility of income tax. So the poll question is this: are you for or are you against the governor's three-part plan? You can vote I'm for, I'm against it, maybe you're not sure. The options are there for you in the poll box. Head to WSW.com, scroll down the homepage, and make your vote that way.
The Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. Broadcasting from the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios. This is WSGW.
And I, of course, am in my Saginaw Spirit home studio, broadcasting today. And let's get to our phones and talk to our hobbyist this morning. Errol is with us. Errol, good morning.
As many years as you and I have known each other, you have no idea what I did for a main hobby, do you?
Yeah, you made big pencils.
No, that was... I made small bales of straw. No, my main hobby for years was stained glass.
Oh, is that right?
Have you been in the courthouse?
Yeah.
The one I did for the county used to sit in front of the elevators. It's now in the boardroom upstairs. So if you ever get up there, that's mine.
Ah.
I have one that, if you get into the township, Tom Bernhardt's office sitting on the front wall. That's one of mine. I have stained glass. I did a stained glass piece for a lady I got to meet that was a concert pianist with the White Plains, New York. And she raises rare Mexican wolves. I did a crystal round for her and did that. And the little town that I grew up with in Ontario is named after a city in Australia. I did a stained glass for that celebration. There's one to Australia for their office also. And so that I have stained glass. You're
world famous.
Yeah. Oh, I have. And you know what? In all the years that I've done stained glass, I have never charged one nickel to anyone. I did them because I found it really satisfying.
Yep.
And and so that kept me out of trouble from agitating you too much.
That's good.
It just as long as there's one sitting in the Saginaw City Hall on the main.
Yeah. All right.
So now that you know that I'm famous, you're going to be nice, right?
Yeah. No.
That's good. I got a hobby for you. Why don't you grow some hair?
No, that'd be too difficult a hobby.
Maybe Ernie can help you with it.
All right.
Talk to you.
Talk to you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And let's see. Lee is in Saginaw. Lee, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Art.
Morning.
Love your show always. And my kind of pastime is coins.
Ah, a numismatist.
Yeah, I'm not that good. A friend of mine has a coin shop in St. Charles, and he kind of got me into it. And it's amazing. A lot of people don't know, but like the 1 ounce silver coins, there's all kinds of things from Red Wings to football.
Oh, yeah.
History to.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up because when I was a kid, I had the blue books and collected mostly pennies, but had nickels and dimes too. And I would get a penny from whatever year, 1931, whatever. And then I would take that penny and I would look up what happened in 1931, just out of curiosity. And it actually, helped me learn history.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. there's different sizes too. I mean, a lot of the 1 ounce silver coins, but they have 5 ounce silver coins, or they have 10 ounce silver coins, or they have silver pieces that are the size of a dollar bill. It might be $100 bill.
Yeah.
3-4 ounces. It's just amazing what they have nowadays for that. And silver seems to be going up all the time.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't hurt to have it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, you enjoy your numismatic adventures.
You still doing model ships?
A little bit. I wasn't running them, so I kind of like backed away. I was building, for those that don't know, I build radio control boats, and I wasn't using them very much. So I'm kind of like, deciding what I want to do now. So I just, a hobby will hold my interest until it doesn't, and then when it doesn't, I'm done. Move on to the next one.
Yep.
But I have to have hobbies. Have to have them. Yep. All right.
Yeah, you do.
Lee, thanks.
Okay, well,
appreciate it. You bet. Thanks a lot. All right. Carol, hang on. We will get to you next. As soon as we take care of a little business, we'll get to Sheridan and talk to Carol this morning.
Your day starts before the sun rises. Once your boots hit the ground, you head out to a field, a barn, or a tractor. As stewards of the land, you know anything worth doing is worth doing right. At Farm Bureau Insurance, we've always believed in and practiced this same philosophy. From heaving bales and weaning calves to spring seeding and fall harvests, it's all about an honest day's work. Knowing your insurance provider is rooted in Michigan offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Find your coverage in Vassar, Millington, and Mayville. Call Denny Miller at 989-823-8490.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Take to tackle a home project. With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use, so bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
On his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have Call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, spearfishing expert John Dirtka, plus Scott Hamlin of the Boning Company. In our second hour, fisheries biologist and tournament angler Ali Shakur, then MUCC Executive Director Amy Trotter. And in our third hour, John Eberhardt. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW, and let's head over to Sheridan, and we'll talk to Carol this morning. Hi, Carol.
Well, it was a good timing because I was sitting here piddling around making more Valentines. And you know them science projects that you clean out of the refrigerator every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
The dust and the cleaning. You know, I hate doing it.
That's not a good hobby.
No. and you know, you clean and dust and it's all gone. You know, you got to do it over. So it's kind of important, I think, to have something that keeps, that you can look at in a few days later and say,
yes,
you know, I didn't just blow my time. And, but I love the watercolor. I think that's great fun. Or like making these Valentines, or I just have to do something. I just can't stand not to do something fun. And my mother, she was crippled and she done crafts and things. And it was really important to her, you know, that give her something, and people commented on them, and it kept her going for stuff. But sometimes it really is kind of important to these people to do these things.
My late wife was into adult coloring books. And I mean, she had, I don't know, 30, 40 books she'd been through, thousands of colored gel pens and things. And I just gave them all to my daughter-in-law who likes to do that stuff too. And it kept her busy. I mean, she really loved it.
Yeah. Well, it's good for you. I just don't know how people can do it and not do some little thing to have something that they enjoy.
And the other thing about it too is it gets you away from life's problems for a little bit. You know, when I dig into one of my hobbies, that's all I'm thinking about, and I'm in another world. You know, and for the hour or so I spend on it, it's like freedom.
Yeah, I think time flies too. Like if you know, you can sit down and do something, you know, and you look at it an hour and a half later, and you've enjoyed that hour and a half. And most things you do at home, it's fairly cheap too. You know, it isn't like going someplace and spending a lot of money to do something. You don't mind being home doing some of these things.
That's true. That's true.
It's kind of fun. Well, take care and hope your science projects don't get too bad.
Me too. All right, Carol. Thanks.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
It is true. Hobbies, for me, are a release. When you do what I do, you spend all day doing it because you're always looking for things to talk about. You're always following the news. You're always doing those things. And when I go down to the basement and work on one of the boats or whatever it is I'm doing, it's a total release. I've picked up the hobby of target shooting. So if I go to the range, that hour or so that I spend on the range, I don't think about anything else. I'm engrossed in what I'm doing. When I go down and work on my boats or build something, I'm engrossed in it. That's what I'm doing. And for Christmas, first time in my life, and I have always wanted one, I have a telescope. Now, the weather hasn't been very conducive to setting it up and using it yet, but as soon as it warms up enough, I'm going to be out with that scope and seeing what I can see, and it's another diversion. I'm an itinerant hobbyist. I have to have a hobby or two. Always have, all my life. I don't see any reason to change now. Let's talk to Thomas in Bay City. Thomas, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm a friend of Scott Thomas, who you interviewed from the Lego group. I actually joined the Mishlug group a year before Scott did, so I've known Scott for a long time. So I just wanted to reach out since I...
So you are a Lego builder?
Yes, and so I'm together with him trying to create this BAM lug, that the new brick addiction lug.
Yeah. So let me ask a question. What got you into Legos?
What got me into Legos? Actually, my ex-wife at the grocery store in the aisle would bring home poly bags. They're just at the time, way back then, they were only cost $1, and they were in the grocery aisles.
Right.
And I started building with those and playing with them, and I just got addicted in it and started collecting more and more and started doing sculptures.
I'm gonna
he mentioned that I have a bunch of birds that I built.
Oh, you're the bird guy. Okay.
So I still do sculpting like that. Even stuff in Mishlug, we do town train type shows.
Yeah. I'm going to have to ask my son what got him involved, because it was a surprise to us. It was a total surprise to us, and he's been doing it for a while now. And his wife said, "Oh yeah, he's really into it." So I mean, it must be fascinating. I guess it's a growing hobby.
Oh yeah, yep. I was actually surprised how many adults were involved in Lego, and I looked online, and it's like,
too.
oh wow, okay. That's how I found the club. It's like I looked online, it's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of us.
Yeah, there is. There's no doubt about it. It's a growing hobby. Lego has done well promoting it too. They're smart.
Yep.
So
I also wanted to mention because he didn't know the name of the mall.
Yeah.
It's Bay City Town Center.
Oh, that's what it is now.
The name of the mall on Wilder Road. Yep. And if you look up Family Winter Fun Fest on the internet, you can find that they have posted the Family Fun Fest, so you can get more information about that.
Great. Thomas, appreciate the call. And have fun with your projects.
All right, thank you. And I'm glad to hear you were into RC, because I was into RC before I started in Lego.
I still haven't a way. I mean, I've got trucks and cars and boats and too much.
I do too, but they're sitting there now because Lego takes up all my money.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. All right. We'll talk to you again. Thanks a lot, Thomas. Take care. Bye-bye now.
All right. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for the show today. We're going to take our last break, and then we'll come back and close out, tell you what's ahead on Focus.
Cool in the Gang, March 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
Tickets start at $40 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and e6.com. Bring in the party.
Get down on.
Cool in the Gang, March 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Party hard, throw down harder. More at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel is all conversation-based, so it gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
You'll really see a difference in how you can speak and how conversational you can be in just a few weeks.
Babbel isn't just lessons. You can play games, watch videos. You can even take live online classes with a language teacher. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel.
The lessons online and in the app make it easy to learn from pretty much anywhere.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively.
We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys. A partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
Sean Hannity, weekdays at 3 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, that does it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Next week, Kareem Bowen, Matt Fallon, and Larry Rodarte will be filling in for me. And I'll be back with you on the 20th. Meantime, stick around for the news from CBS, the national, international news. Michael Percha has the local report. And then we'll be back with Focus Bliss Bridal Boutique.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. There's word federal agents arrived this morning at the Indiana home of former Vice President Mike Pence. Nothing official on that reporting from CBS TV affiliate WTTV, but people close to Pence this week indicated a formal search for any classified documents was likely soon. About a dozen were found there last month by Pence's attorneys. This comes a day after Pence was subpoenaed by the Justice Department in its investigation into former President Trump. CBS News legal contributor Rebecca Royfee.
It shows that the special counsel is not solely focused on the documents that were found at Mar-a-Lago, but really is pursuing this question about January 6th and the pressure campaign regarding the electoral votes.
Overseas, rescued in the disaster zone. Amid the widespread death and misery, there are still survivor stories being told in the earthquake rubble in Turkey and Syria. CBS's Chris Livesay.
Time may be dwindling, but there's reason for hope. In the form of Yagiz Ulaj, just 10 days old, he spent 4 of them buried alive. His mother was also saved.
The earthquake death toll now tops 21,000. CBS's Cammie McCormick has the latest now on stepped-up Russian attacks in Ukraine.
Russia launched a barrage of missiles and drones into 6 regions of Ukraine, once again hitting power stations. In the capital, they shot missiles, according to the mayor. In neighboring Moldova, they've summoned the Russian ambassador because one of the Russian missiles flew over that country.
China today called a unanimously passed House resolution condemning Beijing political manipulation and hype. And the country's defense ministry says it refused a call from Defense Secretary Austin after the Chinese balloon was brought down because there was not the proper atmosphere for talks. CBS's Nicole Killian.
We're learning, according to various U.S. officials, that potentially this balloon did have the potential to monitor or pick up communications. Obviously, this is still ongoing into the investigation of this balloon as U.S. officials tried to retrieve components of it and really piece together what it was designed to do.
In Maryland, a day-long manhunt ended with a standoff earlier this morning and then a surrender.
Time was on our side. We had eyes on the suspect. We had him pinned down. He was hunkered down.
Sheriff Jeff Gaylor on the chase for a man who will be charged in the wounding of 2 police officers in separate shootings. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes winning his 2nd NFL MVP award. He's got the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 60 points. This is CBS News.
Engaged to be married? Planning the biggest day of your life? Join us February 12th from 1 to 3:30 p.m. at the Great Hall in Midland for the Bliss Bridal Wedding Expo and Fashion Show. One day only, be inspired and find everything for your wedding. Fabulous door prizes include a $500 cash prize and more. Tickets are only $5 at the door or online at blissmidland.com. See you February 12th at the bridal event of the season, the Bliss Bridal Wedding Expo and Fashion Show at the Great Hall in Midland.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. About how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 34 degrees at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Perchuk. Last year, an educator in Genesee County was arrested for sexual assault, which occurred in 2013. Yesterday, Eugene Pratt was found competent to stand trial. His accuser is a former student with Beecher Community Schools in Flint. Police say they believe victims of Pratt's who have yet to come forward, though he is currently charged with just one count of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Pratt is a former teacher, administrator, and coach across several school districts in the county. His next court date is March 7th. Sugar beet farmers from around Michigan gathered at Saginaw Valley State University on Thursday for the first ever Michigan Sugar Beet Summit. Here's WSGW's Jonathan Dent.
The event gathered experts and information on a variety of subjects for growers of sugar beets to learn and ask questions, as well as exchange information with each other. Elizabeth Taylor is the and communications manager for Michigan Sugar Company. Taylor says that she first had the idea to host the event 2 years ago, and she's happy to be able to give Michigan Sugar's grower owners the tools and information they need to make good decisions and improve the company. Jonathan Dent, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
Independence Bridge in Bay City is closed this weekend, with more closures to follow throughout the month. The bridge closed during the day on Tuesday and Wednesday in preparation for demolition work. Another scheduled closure will prevent crossing today until 6 p.m. tomorrow. After that, the Bay City Bridge partners say a single-lane closure action will last through the 19th, and then February 20th and 21st, the bridge will be closed again, while the northbound lanes are being prepared to accommodate two-way traffic. WSGW News Time 11:07.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace RoofMax.
RoofMax, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-60 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
WSGW News Time 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Detroit City Council member the clerk are asking for huge pay raises. Speaking before commissioners who determine their salaries, Clerk Janice Winfrey said clerks in several nearby suburban communities make significantly more than she does. She's seeking a $150,000 annual salary. She currently makes around $89,000 a year. Council members are asking for a $115,000 annual salary and $125,000 for the council president. The elected officials' compensation commission is expected to make a decision next week. The city council can reject the pay raises by a 2/3 vote. It's been under discussion for nearly 10 years, but Thursday, a state senate a bill that expands the Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act. The Committee on Civil Rights, Judiciary, and Public Safety heard about 90 minutes of testimony before voting to send the bill to the full Senate for consideration. Ann Arbor Senator Jeff Irwin called it an historic moment.
We heard a lot today about how this is good for business and how important this is to attracting talent, and all that's important. But for me, this is just a fundamental issue of morals and the rights of all people to enjoy equal access to the fruits of our great nation. And this has been a long time coming.
The legislation expands the Civil Rights Act to protection from discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. Many business groups voiced support for the bill, saying it will help attract workers to the states. 2 Michigan congressmen have been appointed to the U.S. House of Representatives Budget Committee. Congressman Dan Kildee from the 8th District and Jack Bergman from the 1st District will both rejoin the committee for the 118th Congress. Kildee, a Democrat, says he's looking forward to working with both parties to construct a budget that prioritizes working families. Bergman, a Republican, says he hopes to help craft a budget that reins out-of-control spending as he returns after 4 years away from the committee. WSGW News Time 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here is your WSGW weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have mostly cloudy skies, breezy conditions, a slight chance for some light snow showers into the afternoon, with our temperatures fairly steady in the 30s. Then for tonight, under mostly cloudy skies, we'll drop to a low of 22. More in the way of sunshine making a return for your weekend, Saturday improving to a high of 40, and for your Sunday up to 44 degrees. For Monday, some cloud cover to start the day, but clearing into the afternoon, mid-40s for high temperatures, and even approaching 50 degrees Tuesday. I'm just Michael Carroll with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now, 34 degrees.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Focus is presented by RoofMax. That's RoofMax with 2 X's.
And indeed, RoofMax, the safe, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out more at GetRoofMax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. RoofMax with 2 X's. Today, we're going to learn about a wedding expo, the Bliss Bridal Wedding Expo, and about the Bliss Bridal Boutique in Midland. And to help us learn about it, we welcome to the program Tamara Schmidt. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks
for having me on.
Absolutely, Tamara. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. First of all, how long has the Bliss Bridal Boutique been around?
So we're pretty new. We opened in October of 2021. So not very old, but we just figured it was time to do a show and kind of put ourselves out there. So. And
in looking at your website, I see a lot of Schmidts. Is it a family affair?
There are. So my husband and I, we like to do business together, and also as a family. So lots of times our projects, we involve the girls, and they help with everything from sanding the floors to just kind of the business side, even running the front desk. And then I also have a lot of family. So my niece, Josie, she's the manager. And then my other niece, Brooke, she is a bridal consultant. And then I have a lot of family that, if we need somebody to help out or different things, and they're all going to be, a lot of them are going to be in the runway show as well. So yeah, it's pretty family oriented.
We're gonna talk about the show, but I'm so curious about the business. What got you into it?
Actually, it was my husband's idea. It's so funny because I think, so we own Tri-City Groundbreakers and Midland. And those are, they're dirt, and all the girls know how to run those machines, but he's always thought it'd be fun to do something different as a family. And so in 2020, he was like, we should do this. And we were kind of, I don't know. And then kind of by the spring of 2020, we were like, yeah, let's do this. And so it's been a really neat project to do together.
Our weddings, everything has changed in this world we live in. Are weddings as popular today as they were 20, 30 years ago?
I know statistics, I know they say no. But I think one of the things about weddings today are that they are different from the weddings. So my husband and I were married for 23 years. And 20 years ago, there was a certain way every wedding looked, right? Yeah, and there was etiquette and stuff. Nowadays, like, honestly, it's one of the most fun parts of our job, or at least I feel like it is the weddings are unique to the couple. I mean, from where you're getting married to what you're serving for your food and even who you're inviting. Yeah. So I think that marriages that are popular, they're different. They look different.
So does that mean that I could come to you for more than a bridal gown or a tuxedo? I could come to you as a wedding planner?
Yeah, so we don't really help with the planning of the wedding, but we do have, we try to get you in touch with people that are wedding planners or that, local people to help out. We carry everything in our store, so bridesmaids, mothers, jewelry, gifts, shoes. We kind of try to, once you're, we call them our bride, right? So our bride. Shop. Yeah, so we've tried to be involved in the whole wedding, and that's been really cool because we've gotten to just hear a lot of different things and what people are doing today.
Well, this Sunday, February 12th at the Great Hall, you are having your Bliss Bridal Wedding Expo and Fashion Show. What's that going to be like?
Yeah, I hope it's wonderful. We have a lot of vendors. I think we're up to 26 vendors from all different areas in the Tri-City. I've tried hard to get some from Bay City, from Mount Pleasant, and just to kind of incorporate them in. And my theme is kind of Chicago. Like, we go to Bridal Market in Chicago, and you walk in, and it's like this event. And so I was kind of trying to create a little bit of that atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it works. We got awesome giveaways. And so I'm hoping people come and check it out.
And it starts at 1:00 at the Great Hall, $5 to get in. And the bridal fashion show will begin around 3:00. We'll talk more about it. We're talking to Tamara Schmidt from Bliss Bridal Boutique in Midland, more about the store and about the show after these notes on Focus.
Your local Zematic dealer works hard to give you every advantage when it comes to your irrigation operations. This year, we're giving you a head start in preparing for the upcoming season by letting you choose between industry-leading interest rates and deep per-tower discounts on a new Zematic pivot. The earlier you act, the better your deal will be. Better deals, better equipment, better season. Better contact your local Zematic dealer today to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
Attention business owners. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent. Imagine owning your own building and saving thousands every possible. Not if you use General Steel. General Steel can help you save thousands by owning your own custom design building. Just call 888-74-STEEL or visit mygeneralsteel.com to see how much money you can save with General Steel. Our buildings come with a 50-year warranty, and thousands of companies, from Fortune 500 corporations to startups, have trusted the General with their building needs.
If you need to expand or start a new business, Steel.
I'm very impressed with General Steel. Everyone's been extremely helpful. I'd recommend General Steel to anyone looking to build a steel building.
Stop wasting money on rent. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL. Or visit mygeneralsteel.com to find out about all our popular quick construction kits, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building. Just call 888-747-8335 now or mygeneralsteel.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the bearded axe in Sac.
half off of a 1-hour session of axe throwing for a group of 4. It's $40. They offer hourly times for axe throwing, ninja stars, and tomahawks. Bearded Axe is a local veteran-owned business. They're located at 4375 Bay Road in Saginaw. Head to rocketgrabplus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studio. The Saginaw Spirit play here.
Mangoni walks on the right side. A shot blocked on its way. Rebound chance. They score! Roberto Mancini on the backhand.
The homestand continues for our Saginaw Spirit, who hosts the Sioux Greyhounds this Friday night. Join Dylan Clark and Dennis Rosier when they bring you all the action starting at 6:50 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW. And for tickets for Friday night's game, visit SaginawSpirit.com.
Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Sunday, February 12th, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles square off in Super Bowl 57. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew from Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are hoping to win a second title in 4 seasons for Kansas City. But the Philly faithful are hoping this one can be as special as their last Super Bowl 5 years ago. If it's Super Bowl 57, it's right here.
Live Sunday at 5 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW.
All right, and there you go. A perfect lead into a bridal show. You know, you can go to the bridal show, and then after the bridal show, you can watch the Super Bowl. And we're talking to Tamara Schmidt from Bliss Bridal Boutique in Midland, putting on the bridal show, Bliss Bridal Wedding Expo Fashion Show, this Sunday, 1 o'clock at the Great Hall. You mentioned a lot of vendors, Tamara. What kinds of things are they going to be showing?
So we have everything from carriage to photography, some different venues. One is a brand new venue up by Claire called the Rustic Red Barn. There's going to be lots of goodies. We got caterers. We have people giving away cookies and cupcakes, and just kind of try to think of the whole experience. We have Cheers to You bartending. They offer bartending services and some different things like that. Bridal dance lessons. One of the vendors does those. So again, with that concept of trying to look at the whole wedding and then have a little bit of everything there.
And in the fashion show, I mean, how, have wedding gowns changed much over the years?
Yeah, I think so. I know mine was puffy sleeves and pearl dresses. Those aren't so popular anymore. So yeah, there's a lot of different styles. And one of the reasons that we decided to do a fashion show is our store is small, right? We're smaller. We're downtown Midland. And so we're not going to have 500-600 dresses in our store. And so one of the things I wanted to do was be unique in the ones that we do have. And so none of our lines are anywhere in the Tri-Cities. So that was kind of our kind of niche. And so I wanted to do a show to kind of show off our lines and show people what we can offer, even though we have a lot of different styles.
And so, the fashion show is going to be around 3 o'clock. And roughly how many dresses are we going to see?
Around 40.
How many?
And then we also are doing around 40. Oh. And then we're also doing Mother of the Bride. We have a couple moms that are walking for us, and a couple bridesmaids, and even a flower girl. So, yeah, kind of that whole picture once again, right?
So if somebody comes in, they're going to get married, and they want to look at wedding dresses. How many times do they come back before they pick one?
Oh, dear.
A bunch, I got to believe.
It's almost 50-50. You have the bride that she's there to buy a dress. You know what I mean? And there's lots like that. But you also have, the ones where they just need more time to think about it. You know what I mean? It's a big decision. And so I want to say 50-50. It really seems like it's either one or the other, Mm-hmm. They know they're going to buy, or they're going to have to give it some thought. And that's okay too. We say a lot in our store,
And
or not. We want the experience to be a good experience.
from the time somebody comes in and actually buys that dress, how long before they get it?
Usually it can take up to 6 to 8 months, sometimes sooner, but we like to give ourselves that amount of time. Yeah.
It does take a lot of lead
when you're
time.
a year out, it's actually,
So what?
you got to figure for that.
What happens to the bride that comes in and it was a last minute decision they're going to get married in a month? Have you got dresses that they can?
So we have off the rack dresses. Yes.
Yeah.
And we've done that, especially like, we can maybe sell, our stock dress off the rack and we do different things. And now that we're open for a while, we do have stock off the racks as well. We're actually doing like an upstairs thing. That will kind of have more of a sales room feel to it. And so I feel like we'll be able to offer those brides just as much as almost as much, not just as much, but a lot.
The other question I would have, is there any market for used dresses?
Take Two Bridal is in Saginaw, and they buy dresses, used dresses, and then I have heard that there's one in Gladwin. We don't do that.
You don't do that. That was my question. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't.
All right. Well, let's remind everybody about the show again.
All right. Well, it's Bliss Bridal Boutique Wedding Expo and Fashion Show. It's on February 12th at 1 o'clock till 3:30 with the bridal show starting at 3.
Very good. And you can go online and find out more at blissmidland.com. Tamara, great to speak.
And you can buy tickets online as well.
That's right. You can. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now. Bliss Bridal and the big show this weekend at Great Hall, of course. Duh. And we'll be back to close out and also find out what's happening in the marketplace right after these notes.
At Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, an evening with James Taylor.
I've seen fire, I've seen rain.
Friday night, June 23rd, out of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
How sweet it is to be loved by
Tickets start at $36, on sale now. The box office at etix.com.
Oh, Mexico, you got a friend.
James Taylor, Under the Stars, June 23rd at Soaring Eagle Casino.
The time has come to ask attorney Jerry Wright another question or two. First of all, a power of attorney. Is that enough for my estate plan?
Many people think having a power of attorney or a will is all the estate planning they need. While these two legal documents are important, they may not be enough for an effective estate plan.
Well, why is that, Jerry?
Well, let's look at what each of these documents actually do.
Okay.
A will is a letter to the probate court identifying who gets your personal and financial belongings, which is important after you pass away. A legal or financial power of attorney grants authority to someone else to make while you're alive.
Why isn't that enough then?
Well, first, it's essential to also have a medical directive which grants authority to a person you trust to make healthcare decisions on your behalf when you can't. Second, a will may not be sufficient to protect all your assets. Third, depending on each individual situation, you may need all of the above plus one or more trusts or limited liability companies.
Thanks, Jerry. If you want more information, register for an upcoming workshop. Visit jerrywrightLawyer.com or call 989-790-1461 today.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king because we all need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray. Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own complimentary financial review by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
The WSGW Morning Team.
Got a story that a piece of Star Wars memorabilia has made its way into the record books. In fact, Guinness has certified this as the most expensive movie prop gun ever sold at an auction.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Very nice. It's Han Solo.
How much?
$1,057,500. It's because it's the only surviving prop gun of the 3 original that were made for the original movie, A New Hope.
I never saw the movie, sorry.
You better get up to speed because if we're ever to do the morning team version of Star Wars, you've got to play the role of Princess Leia.
Good luck with that.
I, of course, the casting would be Luke Skywalker.
Of course.
And Pat, because of
Absolutely.
the facial hair, is going to be Chewbacca.
Art can be Han Solo.
No, R2D2.
R2D2?
Yes.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSG.
All right, that'll do it for Focus today. Focus brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at getroofmax.com. That is RoofMax with 2 X's. So